I was there inside Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego as it happened. I went in there dressed up as a J-Dub. I had the suit, the tie, I had a little bag, and I'll tell you what's in the little bag later, what I was carrying in there. And so I go in, I know what's going to happen at 2 o'clock. I know what I'm going to be expecting. And so I walk in and I start to, greet people here and there. I start asking, where's Yuma West sitting at or located. Nobody knows what's really going on. Everyone's just like, I don't know, just dressing the part, looking the part. And it was weird because I was asking some people, specifically, where is like this congregation at? So finally, I couldn't find anything, but I was thinking about, Sungler for when the big surprise, when it was going to arrive, the Sungler wouldn't get into the pictures. So I got me a good seat down below. All the J-Dubs are sitting inside the stadium in the shade. Anybody that was sitting down in the sun had umbrellas. So I needed to pick out a good seat as well. So after stopping and trying to fit in, I finally got my little spot. I sat in front of a couple or a family. It was weird because I should have sat in the row in front of them, like not just like right in front of them, but in the other row in front of them. It just seemed awkward that I was sitting like literally, they had their feet up, and I sat down, and if I'm them, I would have been thinking like, why didn't he just sit over there? Well, I was a bit nervous. I'll tell you that I was a bit nervous. So once I was in there, just I was sitting down, and I had a little book here. It's a Kingdom Interlinear Translation that I like to use when I'm witnessing to JWs out and about, because you can use their own stuff against them. So I was there, and I was like trying to fit in, clapping and all that stuff. And so it gets to 1:55, and I hear like a motor coming towards the stadium of an airplane, and I'm already like with my phone ready. I'm like already getting my phone ready, and can't wait to see what happens. So the airplane starts flying over, and it's not it. So I'm like, oh wow, okay. So when what's happening? And then I hear another motor, and it's getting closer. So I'm just getting nervous as it's getting closer, because I know it's going to happen. So at 1:57 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the airplane starts to fly over, and it's not it. It's not what I'm expecting. So then I'm like, okay, cool. So a little bit. There's like a video that's being shown, and I understand Spanish, but I wasn't really that into it. I was more focused on what was about to happen. So right about 2 o'clock or 2:01, I start hearing the motor of the airplane again, some other airplane now, and it starts coming by. And so it's coming by, and now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to flip over on the other side, and I'm going to show you exactly, kind of just do a little reenactment as the airplane's flying over. So here goes the airplane. It's coming in. It takes about maybe 30 seconds before people start saying GG for JB. And so I start looking to my back, to the couple behind me, the family, and I'm like, hey, what does it say there? And they're like, oh, it says GG for JB, JW Crisis. And so you can start hearing the commotion from everywhere. Everyone started getting, you can start the little rumors here and there, like, hey, what's going on? What's this? JW crisis, you know? So I get my phone, I'm like this, filming. Not only was I the only one doing this, you had JWs, a lot of them, taking pictures of the JW crisis with GG for JB. It was a monumental event as it was happening. And the fact that people were taking pictures, talking about it, maybe even going into the internet to get in there and see what the website's about. I'm going through, taking pictures, and I'm like, I tell the guy, oh man, I can't even get a good image on this thing. Oh, so I put it away. I dig into my bag here. And then I pop up with my Canon here, T5, and I start taking pictures. Everyone getting reaction shots here and there, like this. And I told the guy behind me, man, I still can't get a good image. Let me do something else. So then I put this wide angle lens right on it. And now I'm really taking some good pictures. So I'm taking some really good pictures, I'm really into it. Nobody's even noticing, me taking the pictures, being all into it. It just seemed weird that I had arrived there just minutes before the airplane flew over. Because everybody was into what the banner said. JWcrisis.com. And the fact that they could just go on their phone, specifically the teenagers, which is who we're trying to aim at, the children here. There were some kids that were, and I wish I would have got. There was one of the kids was like, on this side of me, on this side. She was like, what's going on? What's going on? And there was another person over here. I remember she was looking up, and then she was still zoning in to the speaker, so she was like clapping, but looking up. So this was going on for about 20 minutes, and after that, and I had gotten the footage and all that stuff. I got up and left. Started asking people some questions about, hey, what's going on with this Flyby? Do you know anything about it? Have you gone to the website? Some people were telling me, oh, I don't know nothing about it. I'm just here like on visitation. I really don't know nothing. Or I'm like, okay, whatever. And then after that, we were. I had some JW crisis. Some dollar bills that you can get at his website as well. And we were throwing them. I was throwing them in the money boxes, and it was interesting as I was just walking out, still talking to other people as I was leaving. And so after that, it was cool. It was mission accomplished. It was everything that Gilbert Gonzalez had in mind, and it happened. And just to be there in the stadium as it was happening, that whole feeling was just like, whoa, like everybody just stopped what they were doing, listening to this guy talk. They broke away from that, and they were just into the message that was happening. And yeah, it was the message that was trying to be said. I'm there and I'm thinking about, my number one priority, because I'm a father. I'm thinking about the kids. I'm thinking about hopefully reaching to their smartphones, plug in JWcrisis.com, and they can see what's going on. They can see Jeffrey Jackson giving his testimony in the Royal Commission Court, and that afterwards we did a peaceful protest outside. It was me, it was Regan. Subscribe to her channel when you get a chance, and Gilbert, and we were all just right there with them. And people were into the signs as we were out there protesting. They were giving us thumbs up. They were, I think there was a lot of people waving. The kids were also looking at the signs. So that was just a great feeling. Like, you know, let's just say that nobody in that stadium even went into that website, which I doubt. But just afterwards, being outside with those signs and getting the thumbs up from someone out there, that was amazing. I mean, that's like, is that somebody who has doubts, who wants to get out, who was giving us a thumbs up for, like, you know, good job, you know, because they needed to see that, you know. Maybe they want to get out of the cult, and so the main thing is get out there, do something. You know, you've heard what's happening with this destructive cult. There's a lot of people out there who are doing something about it. Don't just stand back and do nothing. If you know what's going on, you know, you will be held accountable at some point in your life. You will be. I've shown people all this the child abuse stuff, and they're without no excuse now for if something was to happen to their children in that congregation, in that cult. They are without excuse. They've been shown the evidence. They cannot say later on, oh, well, you know, I should have listened to this and that. No, you were told ahead of time, and you were still involved with that organization. So that's it for now. Alright, I'm out. Psalms 110. I'll get it today. Bye bye. Express yourself.